Unmute the mic.
The mic. The mic.
Unmute
The mic.
unmute.
The mic.
This is a Bellows Ryan production.
Peace and blessings, family. I'm your humble host, Truth.
The mic.
Unmute the mic.
Peace and blessings, family. I want to welcome y'all to a brand new episode of Speak Your Peace, Music Edition, presented by Unmute the Mic. I'm your humble host, Truth, a.k.a. Truth Speaks Volumes. And on this platform, y'all already know how we get down. We invite guests to come on, speak their piece, drop some gems, most importantly, talk their shit. Self-expression is one of the purest forms of self-love, so let's spread the love today. All right. Y'all don't know we did that 3 times, but I'm going to be honest with them. So we finally got through it. But next guest, man, very honored to be sitting here with this young lady. She's a special artist. She's one of the most unique, most creatively expressive artists in the DMV, period. Wow. And, you know, the whole reason we started this platform, Unmute the Mic, was to highlight the hidden talent in the DMV. And I hate saying hidden talent, really, because it ain't hidden. It's just people don't know where to look, you know what I'm saying? Or they ain't looking, you know? So we just want to do our part and highlight the talent that goes unseen, unheard. And I feel like this next guest, definitely worthy of your attention. I've been watching her grind for years in this music thing, watching her grow as an artist. I don't want to say too much more because we're going to let her speak her piece. So without further ado, I want to welcome A.Ryze to the show.
Yay.
Clap for you.
Thank
Clap
you.
for
That
you.
was a really great introduction.
Y'all better stop telling me that, boy. You hear that?
There was a couple things I didn't agree with.
What?
You know, like the hidden part, the hidden talent. I be hitting.
You be you be in the cut?
No, seriously. Like I be, and then
respect
things
that.
like this, like opportunities like this, I pop out and then
Yeah.
I pop right back in.
Well, that's why we here though.
Yeah.
We here for the unseen, the hidden, the hidden. So how you feeling tonight? How you feeling?
I'm feeling amazing.
Good.
Thank
Good.
you.
We glad to have you. And, you know, we've been trying to lock in for a minute now. You know, we had been talked about it, and then we took a little break as a channel, as a platform overall. But we here now. I'm here. You here. Divine timing. And, yeah, I'm just, thank you for being here tonight.
Yeah, the universe was like, wait,
Let's do that, man. Come on.
just wait.
That's it.
All right.
And now it's probably going to be, you know, just what it need to be. So I gave a brief introduction. I don't like to give too much because I like the artists to come on and formally introduce themselves. I don't want to just say, hey, this is A.Ryze. She does this type of music. She's this type of artist. I don't ever want to box you in. So I want you to take a minute, introduce yourself to a new audience, possibly some new fans. Tell them how you would describe yourself as an artist and how would you describe your music.
So hello everyone. I am A.Ryze. My name actually came from a point in my life where I was growing and I was rising. Like a phoenix from the ashes. I was actually rising. My name used to be Siobhan Ryze. My uncle that was into music, he managed a couple artists in the D.C. area. He called me Siobhan all the time. That was my middle name.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, he does music. You know, I'll add Siobhan in
right.
there.
He knows what's happening.
And I feel like I'm rising a little bit. But as I was transitioning, I speak to the universe and God a lot, whatever you may identify with. And Spirit was like, call yourself A.Ryze.
Nice.
Like Aryze, right? So I was like, okay, we're just going to keep it simple. You trying to Madonna me, like Beyonce. Just keep it, just keep it right. Just keep it real simple.
Okay.
So yes, that's where A.Ryze came from. I actually have a band that backs me by the name of Rain.
Fire band, by the way.
So it's Aryze and Rain.
Okay.
Right. So it's like Aryze from the ashes, and it's actually a lot of things that I do are really deep. right? So it's actually a message to everyone out there. Everyone should rise up and reign in your own way, not to knock anybody else out, you know, because everybody has a piece of the pot.
Right.
But
They
just
reign in their own
reign
way.
in your own way.
Okay.
Right.
And that comes through in your music as well, you would say?
I guess so.
Right.
I guess so. My music is, I call it gumbo pot, right? Because the gumbo has so many different, it has a very specific flavor, but there's so many different components and, you know, vegetables and meats and things like that in it. And I really just kind of do what I feel.
Right.
And I've noticed over the years that I tend to lean towards R&B, neo soul, rock music, a little hip hop. It's like a mixture
No gumbo for real.
of things.
I can agree with
and
that.
I think I can do a little bit of blues.
Okay.
You know, so
Okay.
that's
The gumbo.
it's no
y'all.
specific
Y'all-
genre, right? It's like,
they
okay,
confused. Like, wait a minute.
no, seriously, it's like, okay, what does A.Ryze decide she wants to do today?
Well, okay, and I think that some fans they can appreciate that because life is just complex. Like you're
Yeah.
not always in one vibe forever. Like you know what I mean. So, and I do agree because your music has changed. Like from track to track, it's different vibes.
Yeah,
So you're from the area. You born in DC, raised in PG,
right.
like me. I don't know why I thought you was from New York. All this time. Yeah, I figured that's probably why. But I thought you were from New York too. So you're from here. So what part of PG you grew up in?
Like right across the street from the stadium. Sheriff
Orlando.
Road.
Okay, Orlando. All right, rough around the
Yeah.
edges. I would have never known that.
Yeah, Sheriff Road. I don't know if you know where First Baptist Church at Highland Park is,
Yes,
but
yes.
like those townhouses across the street from there.
Okay.
And then some stuff happened, and then we shifted down the street,
Mhm.
literally down the same street, across the street from the stadium.
Okay.
And the stadium actually used to be like a farm.
When you was living there?
Yes.
Oh shit.
When I was like 8 years old, it was just farmland. It was one house on the hill and a whole bunch of farmland.
Oh, see,
And I remember
about
my-
to give us the history too.
Yeah, like my
y'all.
brothers and I, we used to look across the way and be like, if they ever sell that land, whoever lived there gonna make so
They making that bread,
much
and you know
money.
they making that bread. Right now they making that bread.
Yeah.
So growing up, because you're a very artistic person, right? Even you sitting here right now is just artistic as fuck. Like you just exude. I'm a creator. I'm an artist. So is that
Yeah.
were you always the artsy kid, or is that something you kind of grew into later on in life?
I grew into it later on in life.
Really, and I suspected that for some reason.
So I was a little shy about being expressive, and it wasn't until I think I started having kids and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, and met my husband was when I really started like having a lot of fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
And then having that safe space too, like you felt like, hey, I'm safe here to express.
yeah,
Yeah, and I guessed that, but I was like, I'm gonna ask anyway. I feel like this is a newly discovered version
yeah,
of A.Ryze.
yeah.
You know,
Now verbally, my grandmother would tell me sometimes, okay, Kia, sometimes you shouldn't say certain things.
oh, you was expressive.
Yeah, verbally, yes. But when it came to like what I would wear, I would always kind of shy away from it. Only because of certain like restrictions that I had growing up, or being so concerned about what people would think. And that was the biggest thing for me, what people would think.
And now you like, fuck that.
Yeah.
And I love that for you.
Thank-
You know, I do. And
Thank you.
I think we all should have a little bit of fuck it in us.
No, a lot
you
of-
know,
a lot
or
of
maybe a lot more fuck it. You're right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that's something everybody need to work on. I was a person that really sought outside validation a lot, and that's something I've been working on over the years. Is really like validating myself and just being like, you know, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be the theme tonight.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
But that, not to cut you off, but that
Mhm.
I've noticed that has been the common denominator when it comes to creatives, because we are those people that go into our zone,
Mm-hmm.
create something to present to people, and then they have the yay or the nay, right?
Right.
And then if you get a lot of nays, it's like, oh, dang, they don't like me. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, you start taking
What's
it
wrong with
personal, and
me?
it's like, no, like, just
Yeah.
continue to do
your
you.
thing. You'll
Right.
find your tribe.
Right.
You'll find your tribe. So I done known you now. I mean, it's been many
A whole
years
lot of
now,
years.
right? It's been like at least 7, 8 of them bad boys.
Yeah.
And so it's been nice to see you grow as an artist. Like, I know you say you hidden, but you're really not. And you know, I've seen you grow in confidence. I think when I first found out you did music was like 2019. So that's when Kia's Heart came out.
Mm-hmm.
But you had been doing music way before that. So you spoke about it offline. 2003, you was in a music group.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
My music career has been like so off and on.
Okay.
So the music group was entitled Amazon because we were all tall as heck.
Okay.
Like the tallest girl in our group, I think it was like 5'10". And we were just sitting down one day like, oh, what should we name ourselves? And it started taking too long. So we was like, we're all tall.
Amazon.
Amazon it is. Just put it on the table. Amazon. We all agree? Okay.
How old were you then?
Like 19.
Okay.
So that was 21 years ago.
Yeah, that's damn. That was 20. We
I'm
ain't gonna
40
get it. I
now,
be feeling
girl.
like, yeah. I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
You look good. Black don't crack, baby.
Thank
It don't.
you.
So-
Make you be proud to be black, right?
So what kind of group was it? Because now I know your sound now, but what was the sound back then? Were y'all like on
It
the
was
regular
strictly
girl
like
group stuff?
R&B, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's funny how it came about, right? So one of the girls that's in the group, I found out about her having an audition for the group, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like from a mutual friend, mutual person.
And this is in DMV, right? I just want to make
Yeah.
okay.
So I found out about it. I go to the audition, like nervous as hell. Go to the audition. I get there and they're like, Kia? And I'm like, where do I know y'all from? So long story short, the two girls that were the judges who were in the group, one of the girls lived in the same neighborhood as me across the street from the church. Right? And then another girl, we were at the same dance school growing up.
Wow.
Which was really weird.
Mm-hmm.
And then mind you, like all of our birthdays were on the second day of whatever month our birthday is in.
Okay.
And then we go
Alignment.
searching for a fourth member. And we had auditions at Trinity College.
Word.
Yeah. And she came in out of everybody we saw that day. She came in and we was like, we don't even care how you sound. Like,
Why? Because she was tall.
You
What
got
fuck? Y'all
you got the
discriminate.
juice, like you look like you belong.
Okay.
And then when she started singing, we was like, okay,
Oh,
we
yeah.
already
so,
knew.
But she could sing. Could she sing?
Yeah, she
Thank
could.
you. All right, I'm glad.
And then her birthday was like 3/3.
Okay.
Right. So we was like, okay, we got the twos and we got you the oddball out. But it's okay. You in here. We were together for, I would say, like a short period of time.
Okay.
We were like almost managed by Gerald Scott, who managed Maya, the singer. Like we went to his house, sat down, talked about some stuff. He heard us sing. He was interested, and then I don't know what happened.
Okay.
But I assume that if it was supposed to happen, it would have.
So how did it end? Was it amicable? Was it just like how did it stop?
So the member that was born on 3/3, she had some family stuff that was going on, and she had to move out of the state.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just didn't sound right anymore. Like it just didn't work out. But we all still talk to this day. Like we're thinking about meeting up like really, really soon.
That's fire.
But we never broke up off of anything. Like no
right.
malice,
No bad business or nothing like
Yeah,
that.
no,
Okay,
none of
that's
that.
good to hear. 'Cause that's what you hear now.
Yeah.
You know, you got like Slim and them 112. They just suing the shit out of each other right now, bro, and it's crazy. I'm like, so good to know. So you mentioned you know, that your music career it's been a lot of starts, a lot of stops, a lot of starts, a lot of stops.
Yeah, man, I've been off and on, man. This is the most consistent I've ever been.
I can agree. Based on what I have found, now, I did my research. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I like to, you know, do my little research. But so 2019, I feel like that's when you really like jumped off the porch. Like, you know what? I'm about to be out here as an artist. Based on what I could find anyway. So you had Kia's Heart, then what else you had on? You had Kia's Heart, which was a play on Kevin's Heart.
Feed me.
By J. Cole, Feed Me. You had Ain't No Other Way, and For Sure. So my question is, what changed in 2019? Like, what was it? What was going on at that time where you were like, you know what, I'm back. Like, girl group is done. I'm here now. I'm an artist.
Because I got tired of pretending. And not even necessarily pretending, but I got tired of myself. I got tired of my fears. I got tired of holding myself back, self-sabotage. And I really had to look at myself in the mirror and be like, look at you. You know what I'm saying? If this is what you're calling yourself, if this is what you're saying that you want to do, if God and the universe are presenting these opportunities to you, then you need to go forward with it.
All right.
Regardless of how you feel, regardless of any distractions that you're creating in your own damn mind.
Whatever doubts you got.
Exactly. Like, just do it.
Yeah.
Like,
And why
come
not?
on, right?
Why the fuck not?
Yeah. So that's literally where I was at with it.
Okay. And so one of the songs For Sure, so For Sure, the extended mix specifically, from what I can find, did fairly well, pretty well. Shit, I mean, it streamed over 70,000
Which
times.
I'm actually
on Spotify.
Surprised.
Right. Well, so
Because
that's my
not
question.
one of my favorite songs.
Well, that's what. So I want to know. So, and just for anybody that's listening that feel like 70,000 streams ain't a lot, you tripping, because it's like over 100,000 songs getting uploaded every day. Some of them don't even get a stream. Like, niggas ain't even streaming their own shit. Like, that's crazy. At least I'm gonna stream my own shit. It's songs that don't have any streams.
Yeah.
So 70,000 streams is a big deal, especially as somebody who's independent, right? So what do you say it's not your favorite song, but what do you think made that song take off?
The producer.
Okay.
He had a game plan.
Tell me about the game plan.
So he definitely added it to like certain playlists and things like that. I remember when I went to the studio to record a completely different song, and he had For Sure like looping. Like just playing.
The beat itself.
No, the song.
Oh, the song. Okay.
Like, it was just looping over and over. He's like, oh yeah, I do that with the songs that I produce. It can be on a TV somewhere in my house, and I'll just loop
play
it. Like, just
Oh,
play it
I got
over
you,
and
I got
over and
you.
over and over and over again.
After it was
however
already
many
recorded.
streams. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it worked. Goddamn it!
Yeah.
I'm about to go home.
And that song
Put my
has.
shit on.
That's another reason why my music has gone to like different countries and stuff like that. Like, people have listened to that song
Oh,
in
Slave Flex.
Brazil and Italy,
International
and,
mommy.
Portugal, and so
Okay.
I'm
So
like, okay.
So that was 2019. We fast forward about 3 years. We got Rockstar featuring me.
Okay.
If you guys haven't heard it, you should check it out. You know what I'm saying? And I do want to thank you though for giving me the opportunity, because up until that point, I really hadn't done any features. I don't think that was one of my very first features. You know, I had did like collaborative projects and stuff like that. But that was around the time when I was really getting serious as an artist.
Yeah.
So,
I saw the juice, man.
Yeah, you hollered at me, and she put the pressure on me though, y'all. Like, she sent that beat 2 days later. Like, where's that? I was like, hold on, ma'am, I'm not ready.
No, because like if you go to the studio and you working with like these big artists, they want something within like 10 minutes.
Right. I
They're
know,
like,
and I know that.
come on.
But I appreciate the pressure. Pressure make diamonds. But I do also appreciate the fact that you trusted me enough to trust my process to get you that verse that you know, and I love that verse. So thank you anyway.
No, lyrically, you're amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Like I like the way you piece together words, like whatever goes on in that mind of yours up there. Like,
see, but it takes
really
my
know
time.
yeah.
So then go to the next year. You had Overcome and Breathe.
I do like that song.
Right. So, but I do want to speak about 2019 to 2022. It's a 3-year gap. Of course, we had the pandemic and everything. Do you feel like the pandemic had an effect on your music? Because we saw a 3-year gap where you didn't put out anything. So
I was growing through something spiritually.
Okay.
Around that time.
That's right.
I was purging everything. Which is why you see me the way that I am now too. Like the elevation.
Because you wrote.
Is crazy. Exactly. I be rising.
Okay.
Yeah. So no, I went through a serious mental purge. Shout out to my husband, because when he said "till death do us part,"
He meant that shit for real.
And health, like all of that, like.
That's
I'm not going to
beautiful.
get too deep into it, but I was sleeping for like 15, 17 hours a day.
Wow.
Because of how I was feeling, because of everything that I was going through. And eventually I'll talk about it in depth, But, yeah.
Do you think
And it
that
was
the
much
pandemic like brought that to light, or was that something that you think would have just happened anyway?
I definitely think the pandemic helped to bring more of that to light, for me to be able to deal with myself.
Sit
and
with
to
yourself.
cleanse a whole lot of stuff that I was harboring and holding on to.
Okay.
And being able to manage this.
That's where the power at, man.
Yeah.
Right there. And I think that a lot of people may have went through something similar, maybe not. It's not exactly the same, never would be. But even during pandemic time, like that's when this whole platform was born.
Yeah.
I mute the mic, like, because I was just like, what the fuck, man? You know what I'm saying? I'm having some similar thoughts to you. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you really doing? You sitting around, you waiting on opportunities, you waiting on this, you waiting on that. It's like, just why don't you create some shit?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was a person that never stopped working. I was an essential worker. So, but being out there when the world was not, it was weird. But so, and it was a crazy time, but beautiful things come out of, the ashes, as you would say, right?
Yeah.
So, musically, do you write your own music?
I write all of my songs.
I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
So, as a songwriter, what do you feel is more important, lyrics or melody? And for you, what typically comes first? Why are you laughing at me?
Because I'm like so unorthodox.
Okay.
So I wouldn't say either or is better. I'm more of like a vibey type of person, I haven't really dabbled in writing without listening to music first.
Okay.
But as far as like the music, I have to feel it first of all. Like it has to give me some type of like chills throughout my body. And then whatever comes first comes first.
Okay.
Like
I like that.
Yeah, because sometimes it's a mixture of both. Like sometimes I could be listening to a beat and I'll hear a melody and then I'll hear words in this part. And then eventually if I sit with it enough, then everything will, come together, of course. But
it's the same for me.
yeah.
I got hella voice notes. I'm like,
And you got to notate it. You got to make sure you mark what it is.
Yeah. And it's funny because a lot of times I'll hear melodies in my sleep. Like I'll
That's
wake up
pretty lit.
with some shit and I'll have to reach for my phone and little baby be sleep. I'm like, because I ain't getting out of bed. The fuck is what I'm saying? But I'm always interested to hear like how other songwriters put their stuff together.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about your single "Breathe." Now, "Breathe" is one of my favorite songs by you.
Oh yeah.
That's the one of the more recent, 2023, right? And I've seen you perform it a couple times now, and being there and seeing it live with the band and everything, it's just a different vibe. It's a different synergy. It's enchanting. It's beautiful. I don't know like what to say. Like being there is a different thing. So tell me about that process of creating that specific track.
Yes. So, breathe. I actually wrote that when I needed to breathe myself. Although I went through that purge, you know, there's still life to live.
Facts.
We still have moments where we need to breathe, to inhale and exhale, you know. And I don't specifically remember what it was that I needed to breathe through at the moment. It could have still been like some past stuff that was like coming up and out. But I needed to breathe in that very moment, and Spirit was like right about it. And I be listening.
Yeah,
Because I'm not trying to be disobedient, right? Because you're not trying to. Nope, I'm not getting in trouble.
Hey, breathe.
at all.
Okay. What else?
Yeah, so that's literally where breathe came from.
Okay.
And I find that my songs that I write about in reference to myself, like in those moments, tend to have the biggest impact. Yeah.
I would agree. And shit, most of us need to breathe.
Yeah.
Most of us need to take a minute of silence. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's hard to get, but yeah, that's one of my favorite tracks, and I want to ask you about one of the lyrics in it, right? And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but love, pain is one and the same. Can't really have one without the other.
Right.
Tell me the message behind that lyric.
Because you can't.
Tell me why you can't.
Because all of us experience love and we experience pain. It doesn't necessarily have to be love in relationships. It can be loving yourself, loving a family member, just love in general. The love that God gives us, you know, and the pain. We need it regardless of how much we don't want to endure it, but it's needed because on the other side of that, it's amazingly beautiful.
Beautiful.
Right? That's like if you consider God to be a father or mother or somebody that is taking care of you and guides you through life, he or she or Shem is not going to just watch you crumble. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're a parent and you're an amazing parent, you're going to look at your child and you're going to say, okay, no, you need to be reprimanded today.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So that's love and pain is one and the same.
Okay. Yeah, I just want you to talk your shit real quick. I want you to teach the people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't have one without the other.
And when you think like that, it really teaches you to have gratitude for every experience.
Yeah.
And you stop categorizing it as bad or good. It just is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you become grateful for those low moments, you know, and that's I'm getting there too. I'm not questioning. Say, oh, that didn't work. Okay, it wasn't meant to work out. I did my part.
Yeah.
And you know, it is what it is.
Well, thank you for asking me that question because even in writing it, so every single time that I write something now, I literally talk to Spirit and I'm like, write through me. Like seriously.
Let me be a vessel, right?
Send the messages, right? And of course I am aware of what comes out and I put in the effort mentally to come up with some stuff because it's not always easy. Sometimes everything just kind of comes out and comes together, and then sometimes Spirit is like, I'm not about to do all the work for you. What are you?
You still gotta
like,
do
no,
something.
do it yourself, right? So you asking me that question, I never sat with myself to really think about, like, to really break it down what that that truly meant. So,
Okay.
like, thank you. Like, I just had a moment like, oh, shoot.
Right,
I did right there, didn't I?
Speak your piece, man. You know what I'm saying? So, okay. So we here to talk about music, of course, but I would be remiss if I didn't mention the fashion. Y'all see how she came in with that shit on, and this all the time. This all the time, bro. So, correct me if I'm wrong. You did model.
Yes.
Okay. How long did you model, or do you still model?
So I think I might get back into it.
Okay. Well, how long
But,
we talk?
I did my first fashion show when I was 8. My aunt, she was just like, she needs to walk.
Okay.
My aunt Yogi, shout out
Shout
to
out
her.
to Yogi.
I love her. But yeah, she was like, you're gonna do this fashion show, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then y'all really got me thinking. I'm 40 years old. I'm trying to think back.
Oh man, come on. That's the
I'm
new.
trying
That's the
to
new
think
20.
back.
Man. Come on.
I would say maybe it was like 16 or 17. I joined this company. I think it was called RJP, and I auditioned for them. I made it, and then I ended up being like a runway instructor
Really?
for them.
That's
and
fire.
And then I just started like auditioning for like different shows and stuff in the DC area. Was in a couple magazines here.
Okay.
Couple music videos and stuff like that. And
Light flex.
I did Rip the Runway. But I
Okay.
wasn't in the show. I was in like the Victoria's Secret segment.
Mm-hmm.
With one of the models, like the Victoria's Secret models or whatever. And
That's dope.
Yeah, I've done some modeling.
All
I'll
right.
say.
So,
But they used to try to tell me I was fat, and I was like, I am not losing weight for not
They
near
wanted you to
nobody.
be-
And I was like a size 4 then.
Oh,
and you're
yeah.
not about to tell me like I don't.
Yeah.
You know how we
Mhm.
are, right?
Mm-hmm.
You telling me no? Okay.
I'm not doing that.
I'm not losing 10, 15
Yeah,
pounds,
yeah.
20 pounds for
Yeah, nah.
nobody.
Nah.
Like, you could kick rocks.
Yeah, and then I guess times, I guess, they've changed now. They might not even care about
They
that.
don't even care now.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
you can be whatever
So
now.
if I did decide I wanted to model now, I probably could kill it.
I think you could.
Yeah.
I think you could. So, how do you feel being in the fashion industry prepared you, if at all, to embark on the music industry? And I'll tell you why I asked, but I want to ask you first. Here to make it think.
That's a good question to think about.
I be trying, man. What?
I guess it kind of helped me to like explore,
Mm-hmm.
to explore myself, to see what I like to wear. Especially to be able to match fashion with like cover art,
Mm-hmm.
videos, you know what I'm saying? Like things like that. I think it helped with that. I never really thought about that.
I think you got a leg up on everybody else just because. So I tell you why I asked, because I was watching this podcast with Ray Daniels, and he was talking about how they held some lecture seminar thing down in Atlanta. It was a room full of artists, like all these artists, producers, and he's like, yo, if y'all get up here, I'm gonna give everybody a shot. Y'all get up here, you got 30 seconds to pitch why I should give you my phone number, like my actual phone number. We talking about like Ray Daniels right now, bro. Like, if y'all don't know, Google him, okay? And he was saying that like 90% of the people, they was getting up and saying like, hey, I'm such and such, I'm an artist, but they didn't look the part. Not to say like you gotta look wild and crazy or something, but they just weren't like memorable.
Yeah.
And like I said, for you, every time we see you, gonna have that shit on, right? And I think that lends to your brand. Like that's part of a brand is consistency.
Yeah.
So you see like Ice Spice, when she came out, she had the orange fro. Lil Yachty had the red plaits. Like something so small, but it's consistent that the consumer can count on pretty much when you're trying to build a fan base.
Yeah.
So I think, being in the fashion industry helps you to curate your brand in a way. And you're doing a great job at it. Like,
thank you.
you know what I mean?
So,
I thought you was going to have an animal head when you came here because you had that animal head on there in
The
that one
lion
video,
face?
bro. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
I thought-
I don't even
This
know
is
where that
dialed
came
down.
from, right? I was just like, Sekhmet. So I like Sekhmet. She's an Egyptian goddess or whatever. She's like a warrior.
Okay.
She fucked up a little bit when they put her in the higher ups. She got a little carried away, started killing some people off
shit,
that
I'm
she
gonna look it up.
shouldn't have, and then she got smacked down a little bit. Like, okay, get it together. This is not what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? But she got it together. I have it tattooed on my leg.
Hey, what's her name again?
Sekhmet.
Segment. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up.
But yeah, so that's where that came from. I felt like I'd be real like.
I thought I was gonna
lioness.
see it today. I'm a little disappointed. I'm just playing. You look great.
No,
You look amazing.
thank you.
And so you do like a lot of shit, bro. Like you like the Jack or the Queen of all trades or Jill of all trades, whatever it is, because like you do music, you do art, you a swim coach, you like design clothes, like you like what you don't even think about all the
That
shit you
swim
do,
coach
right?
shit came out of nowhere.
Because you a fucking swim
bruh.
coach too. You think
Right.
I know that she's coach. You need to learn how to swim. I know most of you niggas can't swim. Holla at
Out of
her.
Nowhere.
Get your swim lessons.
Yeah.
How do you find time to do all this shit? Really?
So
Truly.
no, I had to focus. Like I had to be hyper focused on like two
You
things.
laughing.
Like
Okay.
no, because I was living chaotically, like just going from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, and like from doing henna, teaching myself.
I
how
forgot
to-
about henna.
Yeah, and tattooing came from listening to other people. Like if you could draw a line with henna, then you could tattoo. And I'm like, you know what?
I'm
can.
gonna do that.
I turn everything into a business.
Why
So
not?
yeah, hair,
Yeah.
henna, tattoos, just a whole bunch of stuff. Making jewelry, art, like
Making jewelry.
runway coaching. I was coaching a couple of young women that were competing for like pageants and stuff like that, and
Everything.
everything. And I had to dial it back.
Uh-huh.
Like, all right, you got to reel it in
Is the music that priority now?
more so. Yeah,
Okay.
I was
Okay.
like music, swim coaching.
Mm-hmm.
This is the only thing that we're going to focus on right now.
Y'all ain't getting y'all tattoos. I'm sorry.
But
Just
I'm
not.
still trying to figure out how I can make residual income
Mhm.
or the load.
It's all about that.
Yeah.
That's how you become very wealthy, right? So some artists like they prefer to record their music and put their music out. Like it's some artists they just don't like performing at all, right? You mad comfortable on the stage. Like you look
like
like you be up there all day long,
I
like
like it a lot.
in your bag. What is it about performing live for you that's just like, because it looked like your happy place to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what's so special about that for you?
I wasn't always like that. I was the no-show person.
What do you mean?
It's a couple people in DC right now that could probably tell you back in the day,
You ain't show up?
we would book Kia for show.
Hey, go ahead.
And she would not show up because I was scared.
Mm.
I had so much anxiety. Just
Mhm.
I was just like shaking like this, like
And you just
I
want to
can't
go.
do it. And I
Wow.
would not show up.
Wow. And now, it's a complete 180.
Like
Like,
180, bro.
because now you up there like you own the stage.
Yeah,
Own it. Right?
because I deserve that for me. Right?
Yeah. So do you still
Yeah.
get nervous?
Not really.
Not even a little butterfly? Nothing.
Maybe like a little bit.
I respect that. I respect that.
Yeah. But no, I love it.
Yeah.
I miss it a lot. A lot
Okay.
of people have been asking me like in my DMs,
Mhm.
A.Ryze, what's going on? Like I was at the grocery store and I ran into my bass player leaving out, and he's like,
So
right, like what's? I said I'm creating music right now.
Right.
Just it's
Okay.
coming. Right, it's coming. So
okay. And so you I've seen you perform several times now. You did a lot of open gym events. That's GEM. Y'all shout out to Nature Boy, the whole team. I saw you perform at Howard Theater. Like, that's on my bucket list of shit. I want to sell out Howard Theater. I want to sell out the Fillmore. Like,
Me too.
if I could do that shit in my hometown, like, of course you want to do Madison Square, but if I could do that shit here, that's when I'm gonna know
Yeah.
we there now, right?
Yeah.
So, and you already touched the stage. You already performed at Howard Theater.
Well,
That's half the battle.
First of all, I am uber grateful for the opportunity, but manifestation and being extremely specific with what you want to happen is real, right? Because I wrote down, I want to perform at Howard Theater.
And you did that shit.
Right? And it happened. But I was like, no, wait, this is not, not, but it's supposed to be sold out with just people coming to see me and whatever, like, opening act. And, like, no. So, I mean, I know eventually it will happen, but shout out to my stylist, Artriel, Diamond Pearl Collections. She hooked me up with Nature Boy and Open Gym and all of that. And
Okay.
when I first performed at Songbird, he was just like, who is this? Where did she come
'Cause you're
from?
memorable.
Like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Haven't even heard of her. Like, what in the world? And then
You did Feed Me there.
yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then he asked me to come back to Songbird. I did Overcome. And then him and his team was like, hey, you got to come out to Howard Theater, bro. Like, you got to do it. So
That's love.
yeah.
That's love. So, and speaking of him, I watched his live like maybe like 3-4 weeks ago or something like that, and he was saying that he's essentially stepping down from his role in Open Gym, right? And I don't want to misquote, but this is what I saw. It might have changed since then, but his big thing that he was saying was like pretty much he was tired, right? He felt like artists weren't appreciative. He felt like
No, because they don't be.
artists showing up late for open mics, but they mad because they can't perform. But the biggest thing he said was, I think he like in like some kind of manager position or something at Howard Theater. Like he's in leadership there, and he said he got tired of seeing artists from out of state, out of town come here, sell out 1,200 tickets, 1,500 tickets, whatever it is. And then when he gets 10 local artists, we can't even sell out 100 tickets.
Because DC does not support. And
This is my question.
It's a curse in the area.
So
Like,
that's
I
an
swear
area that
it's
we
a
lacking.
curse.
That's an area at the DMV. That's an area, in your opinion, that we lacking.
No,
it's
I
supporting
seriously swear
our
it's
own.
a curse. One of my coworkers, right, this young girl, who knows what my page is. And Ray, I don't care if you get mad at me when you see this, because I know you're gonna see this because I told you about it when we was at work yesterday.
Whoop.
And she agreed with me though, right? She agreed with me. I was like, the DC area is just they don't support you until you step out of here and everybody else starts loving you. And then if you decide to come back, because a lot of artists that made it from this area don't come back.
They don't come
but
back.
they love you when you leave.
Yeah.
And she was like, you know what, you're right. Because she was asking me questions about my music, and I was like, go to my page. And she's like, I don't know what you're... I said, oh, you fake. And she's like, what you mean? No, what you mean you don't know what my page is?
All right.
Like,
right.
that's crazy.
Right.
And the simple fact that you haven't even, like, clicked on anything on there, because that's the type of person that I am, especially if I meet somebody or if you give me your page, I'm going to go through your stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe not everything in its entirety, but I'm going to at least look at like the first 4 or 5 rows.
Little rows, yeah.
To see what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
How do we... and that's why I say what I say, like, that's why we doing this right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to support the local artists. Like, if you're going to post... Big X the Plug on your page. He already made it, bro. If I post a known artist, I'm gonna post 2 local artists like on my shit, and I think that we can do it, guys. We can do it. I don't think we shouldn't have to leave here to get big. You know what I'm saying? So that, and like I say, we just doing our part. Platforms like Open Gym are important. Made in the DMV is important. Like all everybody doing their part. We just gotta do a little better.
Yeah,
You know what I
but
mean?
it's like the crab in the barrel mentality is definitely true for this area. Nobody wants to see the next person come up.
So do you think you gotta leave here to make it? And are you willing to leave here?
I
to
don't
make
want to, but I would.
You would? Okay.
Yeah.
Respect. I mean, we
Because
going to work on that.
I've gone to New York. I've gone to Atlanta. I've gone to like different states and performed, and it's like nothing but love.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally nothing but love. But
that makes me so sad, y'all. It really do.
Yeah, but I feel like it has a lot to do with what people are going through mentally. Because if you love yourself, you're going to love the next person, right?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So if you don't love yourself enough, you're not going to you're not going to want to see the next person excel, especially if you don't believe that you can achieve whatever it is that you're going after, or whatever your goals are. And especially if you're trying to go after somebody else's goal and not doing what God is telling you to do, then no, you're going to pull everybody else down that you see is going somewhere.
Well, I'm putting this out. We gonna do better as an area, like, and I'm gonna do my part. Babyface gonna do her part. Like we gonna do what we can do, because it's too much talent here too.
No, seriously.
It's too much talent here. Like we can be Atlanta, we can be New York, we can be LA. Yeah,
especially not for people to be like working together and collabing way more than they should.
All right, so yeah, I'm sad now, but all right.
Right. I'm like, dang.
So you mentioned at the beginning of the interview, you mentioned that your style is like gumbo. It's a bunch of different ingredients, and I will say your style is unique, right? So who would you say are some of your inspirations musically? If you had to say, why you laugh? She laugh at everything I say.
Because that question is so like
who.
Everybody asks that question in so many interviews. I'm still kind of like discovering myself too. Like there's some, of course, everybody says Erykah Badu, and yes, I do listen to a lot of Erykah
Everybody
Badu.
don't say Erykah Badu.
Well, in reference to me.
Okay.
When they
I can see
talk
why they
about
would say
like
that.
fashion and sound and stuff like that.
The jewelry.
Yeah.
Okay. Because everybody say Erykah Badu. And I love Erykah. Come on the show.
I do too. Erykah, it used to be Beyonce. I remember I used to try to do some of her runs until she shaded Solange when Solange was trying to come out with that daggone album, and then Beyonce wanted to drop what she wanted to drop, and then couldn't even let. I still feel some type of way about that.
Well, get the Beehive mad at us. Don't have them coming over here.
They can get it. Tina Turner.
Okay.
Yes. Sir.
Love Sir.
There's so many different inspirations. My grandmother. Y'all have never heard her sing before. My dad. My uncle.
Everybody.
Like, and that's probably why it's a gumbo pot. That's probably why I have so many different sounds and like rhythms and things in my head because of that.
Okay. I like that. So you working on your album.
Finally.
Yeah, right. This is gonna be your debut album. First album, right? My question, because she laughing again, y'all. My question is, why now? You've been doing this for a while. Why do you feel like it's time? Why is it time? And tell us what we can expect from the project.
As far as what to expect, you can definitely expect to hear just more of me. Like, forget A.Ryze, just hear like me living, expressing a lot more of what's on my mind. Being more bold. And creatively, I haven't always been like super bold. And to you, that may not seem like it's true.
Right.
But to me, I know now what I'm fully capable of, and everything hasn't necessarily come out of me yet.
Okay.
This album, I'm trying to make it all kind of come together, like with the sounds and things like that. Because I know that that's like a thing. Like you have to
It
make
is
sure
music.
that it all kind of like sounds alike, but not.
Okay, cohesive, man. Okay, I got you. I got you.
I didn't want to say cohesive. I was trying to think of some different stuff to say.
Well.
That was a little more simple. Cohesive definitely came to my mind though, but I was like, I don't want to
I
sound
don't want to sound cohesive.
artsy right now.
How many tracks we thinking?
12.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
And we expecting summer 2025. That's the expected
that's the goal.
drop. Okay, you can do it.
Yeah, that's the goal. But there's this one song that I'm a little upset about, and I know that there's a way around it. I did not buy the beat yet. Buy the beat when you can, when you hear it. Buy it. I did not buy the beat. And the producer, he's from Portugal. I did another podcast. He heard my music. He's like, "Oh, we gotta work." And I listened to this one beat from him, and I really liked it. And I wrote this dope song to it. He had a deal a couple of days ago, and somebody bought it. Cause I went on it. I saw the deal, right? I saw the deal to all of my artists and my songwriters and rappers and singers out there. I saw the deal, bruh. And I was like, oh, I'm about to get it now. And I went on his website. I typed it in. Gone.
Damn.
So I DM'd him and I'm like, where is it? Like, please don't tell me it's gone. Like, please. And he's like, somebody bought it like an hour ago.
Damn.
Like, no. So now I'm just, I mean, it's a way around it. Like,
Of
I
course.
can play this song for a producer and they can create
I know a couple.
around it. Yeah. So
Okay.
the song is dope.
We looking forward to it, man.
Yeah.
So I feel like being an artist is very vulnerable. And you brought up Erykah Badu. Y'all know what Erykah Badu said. I'm an artist. I'm sensitive about my shit. It's
That's
a
real
very
thing.
vulnerable space, and if you're not capping in your music most of the time, it's majority of the time. If you're not capping all the time, it's a personal revelation on the track. Like it's something that you've experienced, somebody close to you've experienced. We had the homie Seven up here a couple weeks ago. Shout out to Seven. Check out her music too. And she was like, when she takes breaks from music, it's because she has to go live life. Like I have to go
Have something
gain
to write
experiences. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So being that it is such a vulnerable space, and we putting this out here for public consumption, how do you keep going? What makes you keep going, even if other people aren't necessarily listening, and if there's people that doubt you, what do you say to them?
Oh, I don't care about that.
Man, fuck them, man.
No, seriously, and I used to care about it,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't have the
That's
space mentally to give a fuck about anything anymore.
Jim,
Well, not anything, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
but anything. I
Yeah.
don't have the mental
you do what feels
space.
good to you,
Exactly.
and who it's for, it will be for.
yeah.
And
And
I'm
I'll
coming to
release
realize
stuff when I
that.
want to release it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if I'm 60 years old and I got a song in my heart. Okay? Like, no, real talk, because the industry has too many like standards and rules and things like that. Oh, you gotta, in sports, I mean, of course, like if you balling out, you playing basketball and your knees go out when you like 35, you know what I'm saying? You can't ball no more. That's understandable. You playing all those games per year. But I feel like mentally they create these blockages. They create these blockages which stops us from being able to continue to do things.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You feel like there's a timeline that you have to live by.
Right. You gotta be a certain age, or you can't
Yeah.
can't be an artist. Like you said, you 40. You say that proudly. So, and you
I
still
like-
doing your thing.
First of all, 40 is amazing. Okay.
That's beautiful. I'll be there one
And
day.
it's very, very true that the older that you get, the more fucks, the less,
The less
fucks,
fucks
you
get.
Yeah. I was going to say the more fuck it you have, but
I like that too.
the
Put that
less
on the
fucks
shirt.
you give.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I like to close out all of my interviews with a question, right? That's gonna possibly give people more insight into you.
Bruh, you trying to make me think I'm off the reposado.
That's what we do. So tell us something about you that not a lot of people know, and we will probably never guess.
I'm ambidextrous.
Word?
Yeah.
I'm trying to practice that.
My daddy spanked me out of writing with my left hand.
Why you do that?
So, I mean, it was something that was common with them
Yep.
making you write with your right hand. So I have a lot of left-handed tendencies,
Mm-hmm.
like playing pool, for instance. I dog my husband in pool,
Oops.
but he would beg to differ.
Okay.
It's like, no, I ain't dogging for real. Like, I won the first game, and then the second game I scratched on the 8-ball, but he had a whole lot of balls on the table. And then the third
tried to give him
game,
some.
it was like the pool gods was on his side.
Or you was giving them some grace. Whatever it was.
Oh, but no, I don't do that. I'm real competitive.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm ambidextrous. I have left-handed tendencies, so
That's cool.
yeah.
That's cool. Okay, well,
And I like to
Hey.
dance a lot.
you like to dance a lot.
Yeah. But
No, don't get up and dance right now.
nobody in my house really sees it like that. I kind of do it when like nobody's home.
They know now. So don't be shocked. And cameras go up just to catch that shit. So, all right, man. I want to thank you for coming on here and talking with me, man. I feel like I got to know you way more as an artist. I got more insight into you. I appreciate the music you do put out a little bit more now. You know what I mean? Based on this conversation. Tell the people whatever else you got going on. We got the album coming. Is there anything else we can expect? Any visuals, any shows, anything like that?
No, y'all just gonna have to wait for it.
Y'all heard what the fuck she said. Y'all heard her. That's it.
No, seriously. So my goal is to release the album June of next year,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when that happens. There will be some like visuals and things like that prepared, and that's when everything will be pushed out, and that's when all the performances will start and shows and
All
all
right.
of that stuff. So
All right. In the meantime, y'all can check out the music she has up already. Let the people know where they can follow you.
right now it's just Instagram, A.Ryze. And Rain is RAIGN. It's like a mixture of rain, REIGN,
Mhm.
with rain, RAIN.
All right.
So A.RYZE and AND, not ND, rain,
said put the A on
RAIGN.
Oh, we. All right. So I appreciate y'all listening, tapping in, man. You know how we do. Y'all catch us on the next one. Love.